This setup is sick. Like, there's a lot of effort put into this, but where the fuck
really
did you get this ring from?
Welcome to our review cast. Today we're going to be reviewing Dangerous by This City Is Ours.
And fitting that you're wearing a do-rag when we're about to watch this video. You might fit right in. I've been watching the lead up to this. Unfortunately, I haven't watched the video yet as part of the recording, but I've been really loving the promos they've been doing. It's been great. Really good.
Yeah, I think what's so cool about it is that obviously you've seen some of it, and it very much reminds me of Don Broco. So Don Broco, obviously one of my favorite bands as well. Don Broco have done it they recently did a song called Gum Shield, and in a whole promo they had this he's a boxer in the UK, and they were just building up a really stupid story, and everyone was like, what the fuck is this? Because they did this in the last song as well, which was Manchester Super Reds. Manchester Super Red Super Fans or something. I can't remember the exact name. And the whole promo, there was just loads of pictures of David Beckham on their thing. And everyone was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? It's no one could work out if they'd been hacked or they were just doing stupid things. And that's what I quite like. It's the last song was very, very deep. Despite the kind of burp, 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 the happiness. Yeah. It came from a deep place for Mikey. So yeah, it's cool. I think if you have a little bit of fun, you got your serious songs, but it's nice to have a bit of fun alongside it. And I think that's where you're going to stand out from a lot of bands.
Yeah, and it's nice as well because obviously this band does have fun. I mean, I remember when they did that cover a while back, didn't they? And that was really entertaining. I can't remember what it was. They were all dressed up in fucking sportswear and 80s style stuff as well. It was this band, wasn't it? Am I tripping balls? I'm pretty sure it was.
Are you thinking of the Dua Lipa song?
Yeah.
That's a different band.
Oh, all right. Fucking hell. I'm stupid.
Can't think of the name of that band. Soraya.
Okay.
That was
I'll
Soraya,
hang my head in shame.
Sorry, you're old. We'll let you off.
Mate, I just went back. Bit of dementia kicking in.
Yeah.
Okay. A similar vein though. Maybe it just brought me back to that when I was watching all the promos. I was fucking loving it. But yeah, I'm thoroughly looking forward to this because the promos were great. Absolutely brilliant.
It was hilarious watching them change their own profile pictures and stuff. You're like, what is happening? It's what is actually happening?
Oh man!
Especially as I got back into wrestling a little bit recently as well, so it's cool.
Maybe they're watching you. They got a fly on your wall with a little camera in its eye.
No chance.
Seeing as you were getting into all the purple and colours and stuff, and they've started doing all that as well.
They fully branded again with the pink and the. It's been prevalent the whole way through.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the
loving his voice.
THECITYISOURS World Tag Team Championship.
It should be on UFC.
Where did they borrow a ring? Right, this begs a question. Yeah, where did you get the ring? This setup is sick. There's a lot of effort put into this, but where the fuck
really
did you get this ring from?
Maybe they did part of it before there was an actual wrestling match, and it was just can we just borrow it for a day before? Just if you set up early, we'll pay you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's definitely not a warehouse.
No, it's cool as well because obviously, if you think about back in the day, a little bit less so now, but especially more so back in the day, there were so many metal and rock bands that were featured on all of the WWE games.
Yeah,
if they were, Alter Bridge, Metalingus is obviously the tune for was that Edge, I think, and stuff like that. So like there's always been a bit of a tie-in, and also like the NXT, which is like the WWE, like the one under WWE, they own them. They're like all the people that are kind of brought up. They apparently do something at Download every year. They wrestle at Download.
Okay.
So it'd be pretty cool because they'd be such a sick band to kind of get involved in that kind of.
Yeah, definitely. It's like putting them on. Well, I can say on stage. It's like it's just putting that whole concept forward.
Yeah.
UFC as well. I know you don't watch much UFC, but there's you know, when that first came out, not so much now, but like literally everyone came out with metal tunes.
Yeah.
Even the intro song for the main UFC is a metal tune.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's been the same one for forever. So
so I like the angle. I think it could tie in pretty well, and it'd be sick if they got something from this. Like one of the superstars just saw it.
I just wonder how the video is tying in with the actual theme of the song itself, or if it's just something they just decided to do.
We'll have to listen to the lyrics, won't we?
Yeah. Because I've had a look at the lyrics, but I'll see what you think. And see if we can tie anything together.
Lunch money. Like that.
Now there's nowhere left to turn. Keep running. Now no bridges left to burn. Keep running. Now there's no words left to say. Keep running. I'm about ready to go to war, so get out of my way. I'm feeling dangerous. Feeling dangerous. So keep running. I'm feeling dangerous. So get out of my mind. The way you speak, the words you say.
I'm pausing it again.
This video's brilliant, man.
I reckon this is a gig venue. There's a couple of things I noticed on the wall that I reckon this might be like a gig venue or something rather than a studio.
It's certainly massive.
I
don't think it's a studio. I'm in awe of the video. It's brilliant. It's very, very well staged and it's very wrestling. They've done it. They've pulled it off really, really well.
Yeah. I'd say it's really well shot again by like obviously like Ollie and whoever he has helping him with the camera work as well. So
and I like that
makes me
clean
happy
section as well. I love where they're going with that, and there's something that they do with the vocals, just like the last tune. I can't put my finger on what it is, but it's kind of there's more poppiness around that bit. Which I really, really but I really like that. It makes it a bit bouncy.
Yeah. As I say, like I was just smiling away because I really like the way Don Broco do stuff. And it really reminds me of them, and I just think it's such a good trait to have, that you can kind of take yourself like in this vein and just be like, oh fuck it, you know, we've got a lot of serious songs,
but still having that fucking nice screaming in there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out the connection between. I'm just trying to listen out.
They talk about keep running and anxiety and stuff like that. So I'm envisioning that it's something around, you know, a nervousness to keep going, you know, when the odds are against them.
Yeah.
And when the odds stack up, but they still have this energy to plow on. Now, where that figures with Dangerous, I'm not sure, but from the whole wrestling thing, I guess people get stage fright, they're nervous about actually doing something. And maybe the fact that it's the members of the band that's doing it, they're kind of fighting themselves, or it's like you're fighting yourself to actually get better.
Yeah.
Or to continue.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm turning the tables around. Yeah. Nice clothesline. I love the way you hate me, and the loves this. I love this bit.
Left to burn. Now there's no words left to say. 'Cause I'm about ready to go to war. To get out of my way.
That was awesome.
But my hands always go to the ground.
I did the old vinegar stroke and I
Oh,
didn't
no,
mean
no,
to.
no. Wait, hang on.
I don't even know what's going on anymore. Mental.
Wait, him moving down with the chair when it would drop, it was like he was like headbanging with the chair. It was sick.
That last section was fucking
It's
phenomenal.
so good at it.
That last section was phenomenal. I'm gonna pause it a sec. So I do think it is around, I guess, maybe naysayers and people putting them down and berating them and making them feel like they're not going to come back from adversity, and then getting on top and using that power to actually drive them further.
Yeah.
Is my thought process about that. I've not looked at the lyrics, but from what I hear, that's kind of what I take from it.
Yeah,
And that's why they're dangerous, is because they've got this new lease of life and they feel like they can do something to and fuck everybody that's hating. They're going
Yeah,
their
they
route.
could be talking about themselves, obviously, because of the whole change in vocalist and a change in style.
That's what I'm thinking,
to
yeah.
an extent. Obviously, they've done it in a very tongue-in-cheek way, which is cool. But yeah, like again as well. Like I'm gonna go back a little bit. The belts. I guess see on this bit.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Belts. Yeah, I need to get back to the right point, but they have the heart on it, which is obviously from the album. They've got the pink heart on the Coma album cover.
Right, okay.
So again, they're branding and marketing and
The
other bands.
subtleties, yeah. This bit.
That bit's like
Fucking awesome.
just gets
Oh,
slammed
yeah, I
for a
see it.
table. Yeah, you
I
can
see
just
it.
about
And then
see
you've
it.
got the hearts on the fucking thingy as well.
Yeah, and it's obviously like their album cover is the pink heart for Coma that comes out in October. So yeah, it's just one of those bands that just again I keep saying it, and I just love Don Broco and what they do. You know, it's just it feels so much like the style that they do and employ from time to time, and I love it.
Hey, that last section is so strong. I'm sorry, I just need to hear that.
It's good, isn't it?
This bit is just so that.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Mental. Oh man, I don't think there's one part of that song that I dislike. There's so many different aspects of it.
They're showing a very unique side to them from the 4 songs that we've heard.
Yeah,
And obviously they had to change from Sam because, as we say, we love Sam's vocals. He was fucking incredible. But you know, I think you're right. Like, hide from catastrophe, heart to heart with anxiety, because I'm the kind of guy that hears everything and I don't approve of the sound. So they may be talking about themselves, as you say, like, you know, maybe they're now just fighting back, going, you know what, fuck you.
Mm.
You know, this is us. We're doing something. You know, it shouldn't matter. Like, I think Matt put a post up, didn't he, the other week regarding genres, and he was like, "Why the fuck do we have to keep like calling this metal, this
Mr.
rock?"
Flood,
And
yeah.
like, well, why do you have to stay to that genre? It's like, just do whatever you want. Obviously, the Sleep Token. Just make music you like. Who the fuck
Yeah.
cares what it is?
And it's true. I think people put genres in there because they need to categorize something, but the reality is just make music. Other people can stick you in a genre, fuck it, but call yourself what you want. You just play the music you like playing. And that's where you're going to get the best out of yourself, isn't it? Like, there's no point making things that you don't like or just to adhere to other people's opinions.
Yeah.
And that's rich coming from me because I kind of fucking have opinion of what I like in music, but I'm a listener rather than a creator.
Yeah.
So, I listen to what I like. And if somebody doesn't make music that I like, well, that's just my problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And with me, I see it from both sides. Now I'm like producing, I see it from both sides, where I know where I have a specific taste in music, but I also make stuff that don't necessarily stick to that because it's something I enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's
Exactly.
why especially now I've started producing music, I rate bands even more for just doing what they want instead of doing what other people want them to do.
Yeah. It's great that there are a lot more people in the like the rock and metal scene are, doing the hip hop stuff and having rap and stuff like that, because it just flows so seamlessly as long as you just make it, like, you compose it well enough. It's like with Machine Gun Kelly and stuff like that. Obviously, this was mainly rap, but he's done pop punk, and if you listen to some of his albums, he's done like a mixture of both styles, and people have like called him out for when he decides that he doesn't feel like doing a rap track, he wants to do something that's a bit more, that he can play the guitar on, do a bit of pop punk. But I listened to it and I was like, actually, this flows seamlessly, but it does in every genre. It's just whatever you want to do. As long as the story works, why the fuck do we care? Who the hell cares?
Yeah, and you know what? I think you make a valid point. I think sometimes as well, bands themselves get scared of experimenting because of how fans might perceive that to be.
Yeah.
But the whole music scene, and I say the music scene as a whole, would stagnate if people didn't actually just try something different. We'd never know that rap would mix really well with metal and these various different styles would mix unless somebody actually tried it.
Yeah.
So it's important for people to just shut the fuck up and listen. Because if we don't, then bands don't try anything because they're scared of not doing it, or scared of opinion. When the reality is actually we all just benefit from it. It's so good, like you say, to see where metal or the rock genre as a whole is going.
Yeah.
Well, it's so flexible.
Caskets had it, and so have the 500. I noticed a few people said it on Lost in Echoes for Caskets, more so than I've seen in other songs where they were like, I wasn't into this, but I like everything else. But that's because Lost in Echoes had an 80s synthwave, electronica style, and people, again, just don't particularly like change. And I'm not saying they're wrong, but I thought it was great, but then we're quite open to different eras, genres, everything. Like,
you have to like it, but you can respect it.
Yeah, a lot of people have said, and it's the same with the 500 song. Now my brain's not working. What's the one they did with the really catchy chorus?
Fucking hell, you're asking Mr. fucking Alzheimer's.
Is it
Holy shit. No,
the 500.
You'll never get it, Leon.
That's a song about them, isn't it?
No.
That's what I'm...
Our Demise.
Someone else.
Our Demise. I saw some people saying, like, I prefer some of the other stuff. I prefer the heavier stuff. So I thought the fact that they went away from that and just gave us a chorus that me and you, because that's what we were talking about. We were like, we'll just be up in the crowd, fucking singing along with John.
And it wasn't even that it wasn't that heavy. It just wasn't as heavy as what they usually do.
Yeah. And it's so wrong to look at it from that way. And I get that everyone has their own opinion and, you can listen to what you want. But, the fact that, people will diss a style because it's not as heavy or it's a bit different to what they'd usually do. It's just like, the album can't just be the exact same song 12 times.
No, exactly. You might as well listen to that song on repeat and look how bored you'll get.
Yeah. So,
even myself, I've played Alkaline so many times now, it's ridiculous. It's imprinted in the back of my brain. I hear it when I go to sleep. I played it that many times, and it's got to the point now where it comes on. I think about skipping it because you just can't. It could be the greatest fucking album in the world, but if the whole album sounds exactly the same, you're just going to get bored.
Yeah. So,
although Alkaline's just amazing.
Yeah, but fair play. THECITYISOURS, another good one.
Yeah, and fucking what a good video, guys! Awesome.
Yeah,
thank you very much for putting in that amount of effort. It's brilliant. Yeah,
absolutely loved this. Obviously, they probably recorded it a little while back, but Yeah, let me know if there's like any influences from like a Don Broco or something, just because I love the tongue-in-cheek nature of it. It's awesome. So
I've just been like really quiet just because I was just so surprised by the video.
yeah,
And I'm like I'm still trying to put everything together that I've just been processing it in my head while listening.
yeah. I think that's it, isn't it? It's
Crazy.
like it makes sense from a lyrical standpoint, even though there's obviously a deeper meaning to it, but it's tongue-in-cheek in the way that obviously you have like wrestling promos that would probably be in the same way, where someone was maybe like, they call them like face, so that's a good guy who's quite quiet, and maybe they go heel, which is a bad guy and stuff like that. So there must be big wrestling fans where they're just trying to do like a fake fun promo thing. It's cool.
Yeah.
And just try and play on that, but obviously have a deeper meaning. So when I heard it, I was just like, I was just like smiling away. I was just like, this is wonderful.
Man, no, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah,
information will be down below.
Yep.
Links, everything. Go follow them. Give them some love.
Yep.
Like and subscribe to us and them and everyone that needs it.
Give everyone some love. Buy some merch.
Yeah, buy the
Yes,
merch.
Mate, are they going to do wrestling merch?
They should do CCW shirts.
Sell the belt alongside everything as well.
And it is for the CCW
I'm waiting for the music to kick in before I say goodbye.
Championship.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Peace.